What's going on, you guys? What is going on? What is going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new video. Okay, we're here for a brand new video. It's kind of like a semi-reaction video, but it's more so like a flashback video, like a little retro video where we go back in time and talk about like our different shows, like different sitcoms, different reality shows, different things like that. And we talk about the things that we hated about the show, although we love the shows itself. But there were some things about these shows that we really could not stand. There were things about some of these shows that we really despised that we never really talked about because we loved the show so goddamn much. We really didn't talk about the things that we did not like about it. And I want to start it off by talking about Moesha, because Moesha is one of my favorite shows of the 90s. Moesha started in 1996. I was like 7 when the show started. So that was like a childhood show that I grew up watching. And I watched it up until it stopped. I think the last season was in 2000, 2001. So, I mean, the show started when I was like in 2nd grade and it kind of ended when I was in the 7th or the 6th or 7th grade is when the show kind of ended. And there was a lot that we can get into about, you know, the things that we hated about Moesha and the problems that we got. Because, you know, watching it as a child, watching it as a preteen, watching it as a teenager is one thing. Or even watching it as a 20-something-year-old is one thing. But when you're 37, pushing 40, and you're watching it back now, you see, oh, that was a problem. Oh, she was a bitch, or he was an asshole, or blah 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 blah. So it's some things that I felt was trash about this show, and we're gonna get into it. Now, mind you, this is not a anti-Moesha video. It's not, because again, Moesha is a classic. Moesha is one of my faves, but we got to get into the problems. We just got to get into the problems of it all, okay? So here's the thing. Now we're gonna make sure that this video gets some traction. So what we're gonna do is, like, it's 24 of you guys up in here so far, so good. And I'm not expecting a lot of people to be up in here. Like, if it is a lot of people up in here, then thank you goodness, okay? But I'm not expecting too much out of this. But however, if it's 24 of y'all up in here, we need 24 people engaging. Let me shout out the moderators that are here. I think the only 2 moderators that are here right now is Sharice and Too Feisty. Okay, those are the 2 moderators that are here right now. And they know what to do. They know to make sure that the chat is clean. They know to make sure to get you guys to engage and things like that, because this is a topic that we all could really get engaged to or whatever. I want to get up and turn that damn portable heater off so bad, but I don't feel like getting up. I do not like getting up in the middle of videos unless it's a panel and I have the free range to get up. I am planning to do another reaction video. I'm thinking, because I told you I want to do reaction videos of disc records. And the disc record that I'm leaning towards right about now is the Kaya disc record. The Kaya disc, Hit 'Em Up. I'm really leaning towards that one. That's the one I want to do next. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to do that one. But I think I am going to do it. I want to. And I think I am going to do it. Okay? I think I am. Yeah, I got to turn this heater off. So what I'm going to do right now, while I get up and turn this heater off, it's 34 of you guys up in here. Let's light this chat up right now. Let's go ahead and light this chat up as I get up and turn this heater off. Go right on ahead and do that real quick, all right? Let's make that happen real quick. Let's go ahead and get this chat jumping with nothing but fire in there. Let me go ahead and turn this damn heat off real quick. Let me put this overlay up and turn this heat off. Go ahead and light it up. All right. So I'm back here. Okay. So Scotty, you truly gave up on the Medicine Wives. I did, but I'll be back for the reunion. I already set the live up for the reunion Sunday night. So I'll be back for the reunion, y'all. Don't worry. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. Okay, listen, I got that thumbnail I Chat GPT because I had another thumbnail made, but I didn't like it, and I wanted to get something real quick, and I just got this off Chat GPT, child. I ain't like the one I made, so that's what happened. But anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get into the things that how much I love Moesha, but I want to talk about the issues. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, let's start off with Moesha herself. Let's start off with her. Moesha was smart, book smart, but she wasn't street smart. And because Moesha was smart, yeah, I can see your messages, Kendra. I can see everybody's messages. Because Moesha was smart, I felt like she used that intelligence against everybody, and I felt like she thought she was smarter than everybody. I felt like she treated Kim and Niecy like her cronies, like she was the queen bee and she was their peasants in a sense. I really feel like she treated Kim bad more than Niecy. I felt like she gave Kim a whole lot of backstabbing energy, so to speak. I never felt like she was a good friend to Kim at all. I thought that Kim was a good friend to her, but I never felt like Moesha was a good friend to Kim. For example, when they tried out for the cheerleading squad and Moesha didn't make the cheerleading squad, but Kim did, Moesha was a complete bitch to Kim when Kim made that cheerleading squad because she just knew that she would make it, but Kim wouldn't make it because Kim was quote unquote fat and she was that figure that most cheerleading squads would go for. So when Kim made it and she didn't, she was jealous as a motherfucker. And it's like, it felt like, how come Kim on a cheerleading squad, but I'm not on a cheerleading squad? Now, that's not what she said, but that's what her actions were giving. Like, she felt like she was better than Kim in so many words. And yeah, Kim didn't know too much. Kim was a ghetto girl. We all know that. But that's why that's why a lot of us live for Kim. But a lot of times it did come across like Moesha was so goddamn jealous of Kim. And she was so uptight. And I feel like she was kind of envious of Kim because Kim was able to be herself. And I felt like Moesha, although she was a smart straight A student and did and all of that other stuff and pretty much considered to be perfect, she wanted to be like Kim. I don't know why I feel like that, but I've always felt like it was something about Kim that ticked Moesha off so bad because I felt like she wanted somewhat to be like Kim. That's really what I felt. I feel like she wanted to be like Kim in a sense. Like she wanted that around the way girl type of vibe, or Kim was just being herself. And I feel like Moesha wanted to be herself, but she really couldn't be herself due to the fact that her father wasn't having the shit that Kim was doing. Like if Moesha was like Kim, Frank would lose his gasket, to be honest. So she was a bad friend to Kim. I gotta be honest. Moesha was a terrible friend. Her relationship with Q was toxic. And I remember who was she with? I think it was Hakeem. When she was with Hakeem, now I get that Hakeem kissed Niecy, right? I get that part. But I felt like even before Hakeem kissed Niecy, I felt like Moesha was ready to drop them draws for Q when he first came back. No doubt about it. She was way too excited about Q coming back. She was way too excited about it. And soon as Hakeem made the wrong move, she ran right back over there to Q because that's what she wanted to be in the first place. And let me just say that I hated the fact that they put Moesha and Hakeem together. I never cared for them being a couple. I never wanted them to be a couple. It was so damn awkward to me. I never wanted Moesha and Hakeem together. I hated them as a couple, y'all. I hated them as a couple. They did not have no chemistry to me at all. And a lot of people be looking at me crazy when I say that. They be like, well, Scotty, why you didn't like Moesha and Hakeem as a couple? I'm like, I don't. Like, y'all, do y'all see romantic in them? Like, I felt like they was very much so supposed to just be friends, and that's just it. They did not need to be no damn couple, in my opinion. I'm like, why are they making them a couple again? Why? Why? Why are we forced to see it? It just came across forced. It didn't feel like it was real. You feel what I'm saying? Like it didn't. It just did not feel real to me. I didn't like it at all. Like I did not like them as a couple. Period. Mm-mm. I wasn't feeling it. Not in the least. I wasn't. Let me see. I didn't like them together as well. Okay, see, I'm not the only one. Exactly. We didn't ask for that. Like, I did not want Moesha and Hakeem together for nothing. Like, watching that season, those last few seasons and watching them get together, it was kind of like, girl, what are we doing? Like, why are we watching this? Why you know what I'm saying? Like, why are they a couple? Why do we have to see this? I don't get it and I don't understand. Why are we watching this? Because it's just I know that there are people in life that start off as friends and they become lovers and shit like that. Like I get it and I understand it. Like no doubt about it. I get it and I understand. But I just felt like it wasn't really for them to be like a couple. And not to mention Moesha had a whole lot of men. Moesha had a whole lot of men. Like she had Ohaji, she had Q, she had Jeremy, she had Aaron, she had um she had Hakeem, if I'm not forgetting anybody. But yeah, I didn't like them together. I just didn't. I don't know whose idea that was, but I did not like them together in the least bit. Now, Moesha's relationship with D was annoying, right? Because I understood that Moesha's mom had passed, and then Frank got this new wife and shit. And, Moesha did not feel the need to respect her, or she felt like she was trying to take her mama's place, which in my eyes, I don't really think that she was trying to take D was trying to take her mother's place. Like I don't feel like she was trying to do that. But I think that D just wanted to be a part of the family and actually have some respect from Moesha because Moesha wasn't trying to get it to her. And that's just the truth. Moesha really wasn't trying to give D no type of respect. Like, we got to be honest about that. She wasn't. Um, I felt like D was trying to put her foot down a little bit. And that just wasn't working for Moesha. And it was always like D had to treat Moesha with kid gloves a lot because she didn't want her to be upset with her, or she didn't want her to feel like she was doing something out the way, like trying to erase her mother's memories or anything like that. Like it was a lot that was going on that she was trying to do that she did not like. It was a lot of times where she just did not want to upset Moesha. In so many words, like I don't want to upset you. I don't want you to feel like I'm trying to throw your mom out the window or anything like that. And that's why their relationship came across very contentious in a sense because Dee was doing everything she possibly could not to upset her and stuff like that. But it really didn't matter in so many words. It really didn't matter what Dee did. It was never gonna be good enough for Moesha. No matter what Dee did, no matter what Dee tried to do, it was never gonna be good enough for Moesha, and she was gonna always find any reason to make D the problem. But there were many times where D had her back, where she defied Frank to have Moesha's back. Like the birth control thing and shit like that. Like they couldn't. She would always, shit on D, but D kind of always used to look out for Moesha in so many words, especially when it came down to Frank. She would always look out for her. But Moesha always treated D like shit to me. Always treated D like shit. Now, Miles. right? Let's get into Miles a little bit. Now, for the most part, Miles was probably the only person outside of D that really didn't get on my nerves. Miles, when they call Miles smoking weed in the house, right? And I don't know how y'all gonna take this, or how, if you gonna, whether you be cool to come out on the bag on me. I don't know how y'all gonna take this, but when Miles was caught smoking weed in the house, when he was caught smoking weed in the house, he said that the reasoning for him smoking weed was because Moesha left. He blamed Moesha leaving the house for him smoking weed in the house. And I was like, what? Like, so because Moesha left the house, you chose to go smoke weed. Like, that's a good, like, you know, that's a good excuse. Like, you started smoking weed because Moesha left. Like, what type of shit is that? I don't know if I'm just being like completely out of line, out of bounds about it, but I never could understand why that was the reasoning for him smoking weed. Like, I don't know, but it was crazy to me. And Moesha, I begged you to stay. I begged you to stay. I begged you to stay. And it was just like, so because she left, you pulled out some weed to smoke. Okay. All right, Miles. You feel what I'm saying? Another thing about Moesha that I didn't like was Moesha had this superior complex. Like, she thought she was so perfect and didn't do anything wrong. She always looked down upon other people and what they did. And she was so entitled and just selfish and never cared about anything. Her daddy worked for Saturn, right? He bought her a Saturn. She wanted a Jeep. That's what she wanted. She was so fucking ungrateful. If my mama was a car salesman and she bought me a car off the lot that she worked on, I would take that car and go on about my business, okay? My last car was a fucking hand-me-down. The car that broke down. That car was a fucking hand-me-down. My mama had gotten her a little Toyota Corolla or whatever. And she gave me her paid for 2010 Honda Accord. The title and all. Do you think I budged? Hell no. The car was paid for and wasn't nothing wrong with it. And I took it. I took that car and it was that 2010 was everything to me. That car was about 7 years old. It's about what? How old was she? That car was about 8 or 9 years old by the time she gave it to me. And I took that car and ran with it. That was my car. That was my car. I didn't give a fuck. That was my car. The air was running. The heat was running. Everything was running. Now it broke down a couple of years down the line. Like by the time I moved to Atlanta, it was broken down by then. But baby, that was my car. My car, my problem. That was my goddamn car. I didn't give a fuck about shit. That was my car. And I took care of that motherfucker. Whenever if it needed some new brakes, I went and bought them. When it needed washing, me and my brother would take it up to the car washer. We would wash it together. Like, that was my damn car. That was a hand-me-down car, and it was paid for, and I took it. Damn sure took it. Didn't have to pay no car note or nothing. The only thing I had to spend money on was to get it fixed at times. But other than that, no, absolutely not. No. So the fact that Frank bought Moesha a brand new Saturn, and she got mad about it because it wasn't a Jeep, and she went and got that raggedy ass Jeep. And I'm like, girl, you stupid. I would have took that Saturn like it was nobody's motherfucking business. Do they even still make Saturns anymore? Do they still make Saturns? Because I haven't seen no Saturn in years, but do they still make Saturns? Drop it down below, because I ain't seen no Saturn in years. So I just had to ask that question. But yeah, child, like, I ain't like that. I ain't like that at all. Like, that was so fucked up of her to do that. Like, Moesha thought that she was so perfect and didn't do nothing wrong. Like, what? Now, Let me get into Frank. Let's talk about Frank. I couldn't stand Frank. I could not stand Frank. Frank was the most irritating motherfucker I have ever seen in my life. Frank would always, even though she acted like a fucking child, it just came across like he did not trust her to do anything in the least bit. You know, Moesha was a prude and everything under the sun, but he wouldn't let her be a teen. He'll find any reason to keep her sheltered. And it was so irritating. Like, I did not like Frank. He was so hard on her for the most part. Only for us to learn that he impregnated another woman, got her pregnant while he was married to Moesha's mama. And that child was Dorian, who he pretended was his nephew for so many years, and it was his own son. First of all, that storyline was tacky, the storyline was cheesy, and the storyline was whack as fuck. Hold on. But listen, I hated that storyline. Hold on, let me see what Feisty just said. As an adult, I have a little grace for Frank. Now, raising children in LA in the 90s, you had to be hard on your kids if you didn't want to lose them to the streets or drugs. I can understand that. But that storyline with Frank and making Dorian her brother, I hated that story. I hated it so much. Because whose idea was that to do that? I hated that damn storyline. Why would they do it? And I feel like once they made Dorian, Moesha, and Miles' brother, they ruined the show from that point on. They ruined it when they did that. They ruined the show once they did that. I'm like, girl, what? This is where we're going with this? What? It was so irritating. Like, I hated it. I hated every motherfucking second of that. Like, I literally hated that shit. I was just like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? It was so crazy to me. Like, first of all, I didn't like Sandy because she was such a bitch. Such a bitch to D. She was such an asshole to D. I hated it. And it felt like we did not need Ray J on this show. I felt like they was trying their best to involve Ray J in some kind of way, but we did not need him on Moesha because he ruined the show. He ruined it. Him being the brother was annoying. I didn't like that. Let me see. And Frank stepped in and helped with Hakeem simply because he was Moesha's friend and saw Hakeem's mother struggling as a single parent with an unstable work schedule. Now that I can give Frank a lot of praise for that. He did take in Hakeem as his own son and stuff like that. So I can give him some kind of praise for that. I can say that, even though I could not stand Frank for nothing in the world. Scotty, who do you feel was the best boyfriend for Mo? That's a good question. I preferred, although it was toxic, but I did prefer Moesha and Q together. I did. I liked them together. As toxic as it was, I preferred them. None of her boyfriends was about shit at all because Jeremy was trying to get her. Jeremy and Aaron really wasn't shit either, and all this other shit. So it's just like, and Q definitely wasn't shit. Hakeem was probably the best boyfriend she had, but I just didn't like them as a couple. But I would probably say Q. He wasn't her best. He wasn't the best boyfriend, but what I prefer was her with him. That's just me though. Um, Uncle Mac was definitely funny. I wish they gave us more of Uncle Mac on this show. Like I enjoyed Uncle Mac and Andale. I wish we had more of them on the show. To me, because Andale was probably my favorite. Justice for Andale. Andale was probably my favorite character on this show. I loved Andale. Loved her. Um, Sonia Norwood forced them to write Ray J into the show to give him something to do because he was getting caught up in the gangs. Oh, I never knew that. Yes, I loved her in Q, but it was very toxic. I hated Moesha and Hakeem as a couple too. Oh my God. So I'm not the only one who hated them as a couple. I did not like them as a couple. I just didn't. I just did not. Yes, Andale. I loved Andale, honey. Andale was my girl. I loved Andale. Let me see. Niecy. Niecy was my favorite too. Niecy was a real friend to Moesha in a sense. She did fuck up and kiss Hakeem. She did do that. But all in all, I like Niecy. That was the only one that I really her and Kim and Andale and Hakeem were the only ones that I really didn't side eye a lot. Oh, I forgot ND. That was probably the ones that I really didn't side eye the most. But Moesha was just like her daddy. Moesha was just like her daddy. That's why they couldn't get along. Frank thought he was perfect, and so did Moesha. And that's why they asses couldn't get along because they was the same bitch. The same bitch. Okay, that's why they couldn't get along. Can we talk about the fact that Moesha had all of the dope artists of the 90s performing back in the day? Oh, absolutely. I remember that episode. They had that concert and it was 112 there. It was MC Light, Escape was there. I remember. I remember that. They had a whole lot of good performances and shit on there. And I even remember when Ray J actually performed on Moesha. He performed his song Everything You Want. I remember that. Which was weird because Moesha was supposed to be so close to her mother, right? She acted like Frank. And I didn't realize how much she acted like Frank until I just said it. She acted like Frank. That's why they couldn't get along. LOL at Dorian's birthday party spanked something. Yeah, that was absolutely funny. Oh my God. That was funny as hell. Is there anything else that I didn't like about this show before I end it? I just want to go on record to saying D was my girl. I love D. Uncle Mac was my boy. I used to enjoy him. I used to love Vandale. Of course, I love Kim, Niecy, and Hakeem. Oh yeah, I already talked about the treatment of Kim Sofa Dog at the beginning. I think that was one of the first things I talked about because I did not like how they treated Kim at all. Yeah, Kim was just done dirty. Oh my God. Oh yeah, the ending. Oh my God. I hate the way they ended the series. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but was Moesha even coming back for another season? Because sometimes when they do these open-ended endings of the show, that means they were gonna come back for another season, but they chose not to renew the show. I hated the way they closed that out. I wanted to know who was pregnant. A part of me thinks it was Alicia. I wanted Miles to be picked up or found. Like it was. I hated how they ended that. Oh God, I hated it. Jesus, that was probably one of the worst endings I've ever seen in my life. And then the fact is, a lot of the people that was on the cast is now dead and gone. Like Andale is gone, Hakeem is gone. Like a lot of them are gone now. So it's kind of like, how are they going to tell the story? So I was so pissed with that ending. I was so mad. Oh my God. So mad. I didn't like it at all. I hated it. I hated it. And as much as I hated Alicia, looking back, I enjoyed Alicia. Right on those later episodes, I did enjoy Alicia, although I couldn't stand her. I enjoyed Alicia. So yeah, but I think that's all I got for all the things that I didn't like about Moesha. I think I'm gonna keep doing this. Because there's a lot of shows that I love, and there were some things that I didn't like. Because even though Living Single, I wanted Regine and what's his name? Regine and Russell to be together. I thought that would have been so funny. But but all in all, I'm gonna do this again. I really enjoy doing this. I know it wasn't a lot of people in here, but I still enjoy doing it. The Parkers is definitely probably gonna be next though, because this video was actually supposed to be about the Parkers, not Moesha, but I decided to start off with Moesha. But anyway, you guys, I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here. I'm gonna take it easy today on content because I'm still sick. I don't know if y'all can hear it in my voice or not because I'm stuffed up as fuck. I took me some meds earlier today. I'm finna go fix me something to eat and lay down. I'll probably come back. I know I have to do Love and Hip Hop later tonight, but I might, depending on what's going on, you may get another live from me sometime today. I'm out of here, you guys. Until the next video, I'll holler at you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
That 20, yeah, you always been a sneaky bitch, hating from the sidelines, trying to get picked, yeah. You don't found one, yeah, you don't found one. You don't found one, found you a real one. On my assets lately, you catching face shots, fire catching babies. Heavy on the highs, better get you some gravy. Cut that lady check, why you out here being lazy? I got bored with that season, I'm talking shit when I'm spitting. Fact, the bitch, I'm the reason. When it got you hoes heated. Snow got them hoes sneezing, got the meals you not eating. Where had them hoes leaking, God trust when I'm speaking. It's giving.
Big bands gon' make it hot. Real niggas gonna come up. Don't let the game gon' change us. Real niggas in my circle, ho. Don't ever play us. This the real hustle. We make the money, don't make it make us. They ain't bout shit. Talking out they neck. Bitch, we bring the heat every time we step. You fucking with a beast. Fucking with the best. Get money on the east. Plug on the west. Bitch, I'm from the north, but we run this out. Bitch, we outside. What you talking about? Who the fuck is me? No, who the fuck is you? Get these niggas.